Today, we're talking about character meet and greets at Epic Universe. This video is going to be relatively spoiler-free. I'm going to just tell you about some of the characters you can meet and maybe a little bit of my experience with the ones I have already met. So if you want more information on Epic Universe, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to have videos coming out with tips and tricks and food reviews, lots of things coming. But let's get started with characters. And I think the most popular character meet and greet at this park is going to be with Toothless. Yes, you can meet Toothless. They have a dragon. They actually have multiple dragons, but let's start with Toothless. This meet and greet is perfect. And as I mentioned, I think it's going to be really popular. We rope dropped this. This was the first thing we did. And everyone just poured in the line behind us. The line even was out of the queue, like wrapping down the pathway. So if you want to meet Toothless, this is probably going to be a very popular one. I would run to it early on in the day. You can meet Hiccup as well. Sometimes there's just a Viking there meeting with Toothless. Other times you can meet Hiccup. So I visited one day and it was just a Viking, and then I went back and had the opportunity to meet Hiccup. This was one of the most amazing meet and greets I've ever done. Hiccup was fantastic. I was blown away by the sound. I actually thought there might have been like an audio recording going of the actual character's voice because it sounded so good. So I'm kind of like looking, I'm going, he's actually talking. Like, I can't believe it. Perfect, spot on. If I had had my eyes closed, I would have believed you were playing the movie. I couldn't believe it. So shout out to whoever at Universal is doing the casting because the characters were amazing. But Hiccup, I could not believe. Blown away by the sound, the mannerisms, just the movements. He was fantastic. Oh my God. But sorry, Hiccup, Toothless was better. Toothless is amazing. If you have ever met the Raptors over at Raptor Encounter at Islands of Adventure or at Universal Studios Hollywood, this is a little bit similar because obviously Toothless doesn't talk, so that's what Hiccup or the Viking with him are usually doing, the communicating with the guests, but Toothless is interacting with you, so he might sniff you, you can pet him, you can do the hand thing. You can do the hand thing. We scratched his chin. I mean, he was just fantastic. And when he sniffed me, just his little nose going was such a good, I'll never forget that. His face and his just expression when he smiles for the camera. Toothless is incredible. Toothless, Hiccup. You can also meet Astrid and Stormfly. I met Astrid. I did not see Stormfly when I was there. Astrid was fantastic as well. Another one, casting, couldn't believe it. I mean, it was like looking at a character from an animation just had walked into real life. Perfect casting on this one. Astrid is amazing. They also have the twins, Ruff and Tuff. They were great. When we were waiting in line for Toothless, the line was really long, and they came over and started just kind of like interacting with guests. They started just kind of joking and talking, and it was great. It's a good like comedy routine with this duo here. So there's the twins you can meet as well. We saw them around just kind of roaming during the day. We also saw Gobber. So they've got Gobber's Forge, which is where you can meet, you know, Gobber from the movies. And again, character walked right out of the animation. I think I don't even know. I was staring so hard trying to figure out how this guy looked so much like a character. And I don't know if it's just really good makeup. I could not stop trying to figure out, like, how are they making these characters look so real? Like, they're real people and they look so good. So, and he was fantastic as well. I gotta say, I could not believe this. It was like, he's kind of in an area, I don't want to give too many spoilers, like I said, but he's kind of in an area with another dragon, and he told us a story, and he was very interactive with us. And then I love that he is actually like missing the hand, and so he's got kind of like the metal piece there, and at one point he like attached something, like he attached a broom. I didn't want to give a spoiler, but he attached a broom to it, and it was just really cool to see how they've achieved this. Loved Gobber. You can also meet Dart, which is like a robotic walking dragon that comes out. I was on fire drill when my friends apparently got to see him, so I'm sad I missed Dart, but you can see Dart. So we've got 3 dragons that you can basically meet, and then several of the characters. So Toothless, Hiccup, Astrid, Stormfly, the twins, Gobber, and Dart. Those are all in How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. When you get into Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic, there are a few roaming characters there, and I'll say characters, I don't know if they want to call them that, but a bit of like streetmosphere, if you're familiar with that term. So basically actors that are interacting with you. We met the 3 students, and they were just roaming around in the street, and they were using a wand to do some spells in a window, so we came up and we got to do some spells with them, and they were asking us questions about nifflers for a school project, and so it was very interactive and just made you feel like you were a part of actually like in the city there. There's also a ministry investigator and the wand shopkeeper, but I've not seen them, so those are some characters you can find in Harry Potter, so in the wizarding world. Also, if you go to Nintendo, there are a lot of meet and greets there. They have Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Toad, and Donkey Kong. Mario and Luigi were out. Princess Peach was out when we were there. I did not see Toad yet, and I have not seen Donkey Kong. But if you want to see what Donkey Kong looks like, they have him in Japan. So I'm excited to meet Donkey Kong. That's one of my favorites. So that'll be a meet and greet on my priority list. In Dark Universe, they also have some meet and greets. You can meet some monsters there, and they are fantastic. There's Frankenstein and the Bride. I did not see Frankenstein, but I met the Bride, and she was so good. And she talks, and we love this interaction. I wish there had been a photographer there, because we would have really liked to have gotten pictures. But next time when we can take pictures, it'll be great. But the Bride was fantastic. You can find her, you can find the monster. You can also find the Invisible Man. That is another one I say is a great meet and greet. Fantastic casting here. Oh my, he is so good. He's in a suit, his face is bandaged, he's got glasses, he's got gloves, he's got the hat, so you can see him even though he's the Invisible Man, and he's just roaming around Darkmoor. We saw him kind of like hanging out against the wall, and we were all staring, and he kind of yelled at us like, "Why are you just staring?" And like, it was just a great moment. I wish, again, a photographer had been there for us to get a photo with him. He is great, but I can't wait to meet him again. You can also find Ygor. Universal is just killing it here, because Ygor he just stepped right out of the ride, basically. And he's roaming around the land, and we met him a few times and interacted with him, and it was so good. We were laughing. It was just creepy and good. And I think the makeup or prosthetics or whatever they're using to make all these people look so good, spared no expense, I'll say that. Ygor, fantastic. If you can meet him, make sure you go out of your way to meet him. He's great. We also went into the Burning Blade Tavern, and we met some of the like streetmosphere characters there, which we were getting drinks at the bar, and one of the, I guess, local bar patrons came up and started chatting with us about where we were from and what monsters reside where we're from. It was a great experience. That's another memory that I will probably never forget. I'm not going to tell you about the stories that happened, but it was a great story about the monsters from where some of us are from. And there's also a roaming violinist, and they tend to tell some stories. I know that those might not be characters, but if you are looking for some good like meet and greets or some good interactions, there's a violinist as well. And in Celestial Park, there are the citizens of Celestial Park. I don't know what we're going to call them. There are these different people, original character ideas that are roaming around. There were some musicians on a stage. There was some people on like a little bike thing. So there are some other characters out in Celestial Park to meet as well. And I think that is pretty much all of the meet and greets you will find at Epic Universe, at least all the ones I know of as of right now. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative. And don't forget to subscribe, because I will be putting out more videos for planning on for your day at Epic Universe, tips and tricks. I've been a couple times now, so I'm starting to find things out and figure out the rhythm and the flow of the park, as well as where all these little hidden gems are. So make sure you're subscribed. I'll be putting out more content on Epic Universe, lots of spoiler-free stuff. And check out the video full of spoilers as well. I will see you next time. Bye.